And then there was like the part where he's like begging himself like as the machine game where asking why the machine refuses to work, or asking the machine why it's no longer wanting to do something, do its job. And I saw that as like when you're a content creator, or like I played this game when I was at a really low point in my life, because like I was struggling with my job and like trying to be creative at work, and like if you're not creative in the food industry, you flounder. And so I like begging yourself to like be creative and like constantly trying to like one up yourself and keep trying to be that. And that's what I saw with the machine, was like it's him begging himself to be creative again, or like.
But why would he have this meta narrative about somebody else? Because yes, absolutely, that message is in there and it's clear, but it's like this perspective of some other person.
I saw it as like himself like trying to project onto somebody else, because he's not having the issues. If he sees it as somebody else's issues, maybe he could solve it better, or like he can actually take his advice. Because like, you know, when you give people advice and stuff like that, but if you're going through the same thing, it's sometimes hard to take your own fucking advice, right? So like,
okay,
because like I struggle sometimes too. Like I'm a big advocate for therapy, but I always have a hard time getting myself into the therapist when I desperately need it, sort of situation. And so but like, yeah, I don't know. And so that's where the game really resonated with me, was like watching somebody struggle and like somebody trying to like claw their way out of a situation, and like, but you can't always like, I don't know, heal properly. I that's how I saw it, was him trying to like resonate with himself, and then that's why he stopped making games, because he realized this wasn't making him happy at the end of the day. This was causing all the issues, and this was causing all the stress, and so that was his big change.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it there are so many interpretations, because like I've said, I've seen a lot of it too. But that's the conclusion that I came to.
Yeah. I think it is probably the most likely one.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? The guy's a smart guy.
He's a smart kid. He's fucking young as shit.
Is he?
I think he's like I think he made that game when he was like 23.
Wow, that's so old. Jesus Christ. Did you happen to watch Errant Signal's beginner's guide video?
No, I haven't seen that one, no.
Okay, you should watch it, because he does it in a fantastic way. I think you would really get a kick out of it, just knowing you.
Okay.
And anyone listening, it was very entertaining.
I'll have to check it out too. I'm glad you liked it though. It's
yeah, it was awesome. I could see myself like wanting to visit that game again in a couple years, just to like, I don't know, ruminate on it some more, you know?
I played it a couple months ago and I needed a good cry.
I didn't cry at all because I'm a robot, but I definitely pondered, you know?
Yeah, I think with that game, it definitely you can it's up to interpretation, and how you interpret it is going to affect your emotional response to it, I think. And I resonated with that fucking robot begging for itself to fucking work, and that's me. I
think maybe my number one like personal takeaway is like, stop judging people so much from like the output of their lives or whatever.
Right.
Like, you don't know what's happening underneath. Like where he was like, oh, these people are like, or this Coda is like in debt. He basically diagnosed his friend with depression.
Yeah.
Based off fucking video games, and it's easy to do, right? Like just surface level information you have about somebody, and you're like, oh, and then you start treating them differently without even
asking them,
acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, without asking them or even self-internalizing the information, you're just like, oh, that's what it's like, an automatic response almost.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, if that was happening to me, this is what it would be. And it's like, that's the opposite of empathy. You're not supposed to put yourself in there. But yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
Love it. Thanks for the recommend. Good one.
I'm so fucking glad. How long did it just take you to play it, though? 2 years?
Since you bought it for me? Yeah, like 2 years. But look, I said I needed to be in the right mindset, and I waited, and I was, and it was great.
Good. Well, I'm glad you waited then.
Me too. That's just my excuse.
I needed to be extra high and sick at the exact same time.
Exactly. I needed Mucus to be involved and Mary Jane.
Mucus and Mary Jane. That's
you can't really appreciate that game fully unless you're like sneezing into a tissue every 5 minutes, you know?
Gross.
Oh, the other thing I did, by the way, not to take up the entire podcast, but real quick.
Sure.
You may have noticed this apartment, the members that live in this apartment, shall I say, spent $140 on Sims 3 over the weekend. In fact, you did notice, and you sent me a screenshot of me and my girlfriend's activity on Steam as to shame us, rightfully so.
I was like, holy fuck, did they just really buy the Sims together? I'm like, what a bunch of fucking nerds. They're going to make each other in the game, and then they're going to be like, oh, let's play the exact same way, babe. It's going to be so cute. Bruh.
That is not what happened at all. What happened was we bought it, and they were like, we should make a family from a TV show we like. So she made Bob's Burgers,
obviously,
and I made Family Guy.
Oh, God.
And it is awesome. We spent way too long. I'll post some screenshots on maybe my Discord or something, but I think we spent 7 hours making our family.
Holy shit!
The families plus the neighborhood. Like I made Quagmire and like some side characters that live in the neighborhood, just to make it feel like Spooner Street.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So that was really fun. Just like, I don't know, trying to solve the puzzle of like, how do you make this character look this way in this game as close as you can without cutting corners? Ooh. I'm not kidding. On each character, we spent over like hours. Like, it was great. And they turned out pretty good. If you consider how bad the tools are for making people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad. They're just not. There's some exaggerated features in cartoons that you can't quite get to.
Right. That's fair.
Like the ball's chin doesn't exist. Isn't that fucked?
That's so fucked.
That's like 90% of animation.
The ball chin. It's a classic. How dare they? How dare you, Sims?
That's messed up. Absolutely messed up.
Is there still modding in that game? Like, cause like
I'm sure there is. I'm not gonna do that shit because that game, if you play it, I have amazing hardware. Okay, especially for this game.
I don't know what it is about this because like I played this
and it does not run well at all.
No.
It doesn't matter what's on screen. It doesn't matter it's just a fucking slow running piece of shit. So I don't really want to fuck with it that much.
We could just blame Maximus or EA, one of those.
Maxis, yeah.
Maxis.
They're rebranding to something. I didn't open the article because, I mean, who the fuck has time?
Yeah.
Or the attention span, but they're rebranding.
Are they? I missed that. Shit.
I don't care because they're just changing the name. It literally is nothing else. Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, I guess I'll maybe want to remember in case I want to buy a Sims game, but I'll just buy the Sims because they're not rebranding the Sims. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why would you rebrand this like your bread and butter? It's so weird that they're changing their name. Anyway.
Yeah, most people don't really know who they are, so it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, I guess I did, but I guess I know a lot.
I mean, you do. But you pay attention to the games industry.
That's true.
You literally scour the internet for news every week. I don't think you're in the category of most people.
I guess that's true. I guess I'm a weirdo. Fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck you. Okay, my turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Guess what I did?
Played the beginner's guide.
Could you imagine if I played the beginner's guide? Holy shit. No, I played a whole lot of nothing this week. I wasn't feeling too good on Sunday, Monday. My computer's having issues. It's just been a fucking shit show for me. But with that being said, I did play Dying Light again. I kind of got back into that game, and it is a lot fucking longer than I ever anticipated it would be. So I'm trying to finish it. And I'm going to try my hardest to finish it. Because, like, that's what I did on Monday once I realized my hard drive was failing. And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't have the energy to stream. I'm too fucking sick. And I'm tired. And I got 3 hours of sleep. And I'm like, I won't be fun for anyone. So I was just like, I'll just play this fucking game. And it fucking... Yep. I think I played it for, like, 4 hours straight. Thinking I was, like, close
that is, like,
to the end. And I'm
a
not.
Decent time to, like, get into something is, like, when you're not feeling great and you're not going to do anything else. Like, just sort of mindlessly go through it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm doing with Assassin's Creed. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's my Assassin's Creed. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft again. Is
Dying Light good to look at, like, in any way? Like, do you look at it and go, oh, that's nice, or at all?
There's some things that I find aesthetically pleasing in the game, for sure, because, like, I like this whole, like, the areas being reclaimed by the fucking lands and stuff like that. So all of the buildings that you're running through, they have, like, grass on top growing. Some of them have trees now fully growing on them, which doesn't make sense, because, like, I don't remember how many years it's been since, like, the first one. But it's still, like, fucking crazy. And so, there's, like, fully growing trees and, like, all these other things. And they rely heavily, like, on the bees and stuff. But there's no animals or anything in the area still. So it's all, like, vegetation reclaiming the city, which, I don't know. I like that a lot. But other than that,
Kind of Last of Us vibes.
Yeah, very Last of Us vibes. And so I played a lot of that again, trying to beat that. I was like trying to knock shit off of my list, and I ended up getting none of it done. And I was just like, fucking shit, I hate everything. So I went back to Binding of Isaac, and I've been grinding Binding of Isaac really fucking hard. I fucking hate myself. Like, I'm so behind on my other shit, and I was, like, trying to be productive on it, and I just couldn't do it. The other game that I want to shit all over, and I'm really mad at, and I feel kind of bad, I don't think they'll ever hear this, because they're a small indie company.
I'm going to send it directly to them.
Do it. I don't care. I fucking I'm trying to be nice, and I'm trying not to return this game, but I might return this game. So... I got this game called Death and Damnation. We played it for a whopping, like, 30 minutes on stream. The reason being it took 30 minutes was because, one, the fucking sound controls don't still work, even though I made a comment, and they're like, yeah, that's coming in the next update. And I'm like, why aren't you waiting to update fucking sound controls? I'm like, whatever, I don't care anymore. And I was like, whatever. And so their sound doesn't work in game. You can play with all the sliders all you want. And it doesn't matter how low I turned it down in fucking Windows. It was so fucking loud. I had it at 5%. Jesus. And it was like peaking at times in OBS. Then on top of that,
hell.
The controls were the weirdest fucking controls I've ever seen for default. You expect WASD, right?
Yeah.
This defaulted to Q, S, Z, D. Q was forward. No, Q was A, and Z was forward. W.
What?
Yeah! And I'm like looking at the keyboard, I'm like, what? And I just sat there and I looked at the keyboard and I'm like, do they want to do inverted? I mean, I'm like, I can understand inverted, but Q for A and D is the same?
Is this the game with one user review on Steam?
I think so. Let me look.
Damn.
And so, yeah, after that, and then it has one user review.
Wow.
But, like, it's, like, the learning, and also on top of this, like, I get started in the game, and I'm looking through the notes, I have no idea what's going on, and immediately I die. Something, like, comes at me through the fucking house, that I was in, it walks through the walls, it walks through all the things, so I couldn't even, like, kite it if I wanted to. And then I was just like, after fucking finagling with the sound for 20 minutes, which was most of my stream, and redoing the controls, I spent maybe 5 minutes playing it. And then I died.
Jesus.
I was so annoyed. They contacted me. They specifically contacted me to test their demo. Their demo didn't work, which I should have seen as a sign. And I was like, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll fucking I'll just buy it on Steam because I like the art style. And yeah, it's just it took everything in my being to not return it, and I've never returned a game on Steam. Never, not once. Anyway.
Not once?
Not once.
Oh my God. I do it every other week. I mean, it's not that often, but I would say a good 10% of my purchases have been refunded.
Right.
And usually just because I don't like it. I'm like,
yeah.
fuck this.
I mean, that
or if
sense.
I beat it. You know, if I beat it within 2 hours, that game is not worth the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. That's a joke about your friend. But what am I? Did you play anything else?
No, that's pretty much all I played this week. I kind of fucked off and fucked up. So this week I'm going to try to focus a little bit better. We'll see.
I mean, it's fine. You played like 4 games. This is good.
I guess. I need to beat some video games. I'm falling fucking way behind.
I know. When I wrote down the beginner's guide, I was like, this is, number 2 for the year? Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Fucking get on
but
it.
Damn, it feels good to like have a complete experience in a couple hours. Like, oh my God, it's so satisfying.
It's very satisfying. That's why I like those shorter games.
I understand, but most of them are trash.
Most of them are trash, but I have
Beginner's Guide is so good. I wanted to go play indie games. I booted up like 10 indie games. I was like, fuck this.
It's not the
They're not
Guide.
the same.
They're not the
Beginner's
same.
Guide is so good.
I know. There's nothing like it, honestly.
No, even Stanley Parable, it's not like,
it's
which
not
is
the same.
Impressive. I mean, it's like the same in that it's like a guy talking and you're walking through it, but other than that, it's pretty different.
Yeah.
Other than the main 2 mechanics in the game, it's pretty different.
Yeah, I highly recommend everybody at least experience the Beginner's Guide. Anyway, are you ready for the news?
Yeah.
I mean, we could just leave this the blank podcast.
The blank. Nah, we might as well read it. You know, we don't have to give opinions or anything. Just read it monotone out loud.
I guess I shouldn't ask any of the questions because that's what mostly this whole news cycle that I kind of went with this week. So the Halo show is going to be released the same day that the podcast comes out, tomorrow, technically.
Was your question, how much does that make you want to vomit?
Yeah.
10.
I was going to ask everybody who's going to watch it and who's going to try to argue with me that Halo Infinite was a good game. Because somebody came into my chat and tried to argue with me that it was a good game.
I don't think it's a bad game.
It's not a great game like everybody fucking builds up Halo.
It's not a great game,
No.
but on the playability scale,
the grapple hook
there.
is the only thing that makes that game good.
100%, that's true.
Thank you.
It's like the Just Cause of Halo games.
Yeah, pretty much. Except I think the map is a little bit bigger than the 400 and some odd square mileage.
You think it's bigger?
I think so.
No, there's 0 chance.
That fucking Halo's bigger? Really?
Have you flown across that map in Just Cause 2?
No, I never played Just Cause 2.
Well, then shut your goddamn mouth.
I was just making a joke from your show 5 podcasts ago anyway.
I know.
So yeah, I was gonna ask who's all gonna play it, and who wants to argue with me some more about it, Halo being good. I'll fight you. I don't fucking care. I'll fight you all.
I will not, because I didn't beat it, and you did, which is just shocking.
Anyway, Okay, so next news thing here.
Also, did you watch the original Halo stuff? Remember when they did that on the 360? They're like, this is our Xbox TV show.
I am not.
It was dumb.
Oh God.
Look, Halo fans will defend it because they'll defend anything, but you shouldn't.
It's fair. You shouldn't.
If you want quality Halo TV, Red versus Blue is the best you're ever gonna goddamn get.
It's
all right.
true. I watched the shit out of that, and I didn't even.
It was
play
good
the
back in the day. It doesn't hold up, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I don't think it would hold up to nowadays. Most people wouldn't get most of the shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Silent Hill. The trademark updated. Twitter went
Doesn't
insane.
exist. I'm pretty sure.
I don't. Okay, so this is my thing with this game. There's rumor mill is that there's multiple Silent Hill games currently in development at external studios outside of Konami. Because Konami decided to revive the series after seeing that Resident Evil, once it got a switcheroony, is doing really well. However, my biggest thing is if they're going to be any good, and that's kind of what's up to debate. I think this day and age, it's hard to recapture the magic that is Silent Hill 1 and 2. Yeah?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
What they should do is follow Valve's model, right?
Yeah.
The hype for Half-Life 3 will only ever go up.
Right.
Never, ever release Silent Hill, whatever the fucking next one would be.
I don't know.
Never.
There's so many now.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about it. Is like, how do people even view that as like a sacred series? Because it's been shat all over. But
yeah, right.
Don't release it. And then, if your company's ever like in big trouble, which I assume Valve has like they have a better safety net probably than Konami.
Steam.
But yes. But that being said, it's still a similar thing. Just don't release Silent Hill until you have to.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter what happens because it was kind of over already. And people will probably buy it. It'll buy you enough time for maybe another idea or just bankruptcy. Who gives a shit?
Right. I think what Konami's trying to do with this is because, like, with Resident Evil, like, 4, 5, and 6 were still, like, they weren't as popular as, like, the original because, you know, it was, like, rehashed, over the shoulder, same situation sort of thing. And when they, like, outsourced it to do Resident Evil 7, partly, I think that kind of, like, did such a major change to the game design and, like, how the game series is seen now. It completely, like, brought up a whole new situation. And now we got, like, the next one with Dami Mommy that everybody's fucking obsessed with. And it kind of thinks, and I think that's what they're going to try to do with Silent Hill.
They're like, we need a 12-foot woman on our cast.
I think that's what they're going to try to do with Silent Hill is revive it and do a different twist to it instead of, like, being the same kind of game that it is. However, with, like, Silent Hill 1, it's so slow-paced, it's quiet, it's creepy, and then just something happens, and it's just like, oh, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? And that's what makes the game so good. And I don't know if they'll be able to, like, even attempt to recapture that sort of situation.
Oh, no, they won't be able to.
No.
Not because they're not the right people, even though they aren't. You can't.
You can't.
It's not possible.
No.
There's got to be some sort of, like, you know how there's, like, Moore's Law and just all these sort of, like, nonsense laws that do make sense,
right,
but they're, like, sort of ambiguous and, like, it doesn't really make sense how they make sense.
Yeah.
There's got to be a law that's, like, no nostalgia capturing.
Illegal.
It doesn't work.
Illegal.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to see is...
Although old school RuneScape is doing pretty good, so I don't know.
Fair. I would like to see a remaster of the first two, but I don't think... It wouldn't hold up. I don't think it would be the same thing, because, like, I remember
what is stopping them from, like, taking the first person weird approach that they did with Resident Evil 7.
No, nothing. I think that's what they're gonna do. I mean, they
I
tried
think
it
they
with
should probably do
4.
that. What was so good about PT, by the way? I never played it.
PT
what,
was first person.
What did people like
first
about
person? It was very creepy. It was just weird. It was so like Silent Hill 4 is also first person, but it wasn't. It felt really clunky and like you couldn't run very fast. It was hard to maneuver. But it was a new, interesting approach. It was them trying to break the mold, but a lot of people I don't think were ready for it for first person.
Also, it was a bad game.
So it didn't
Pretty
do
sure it was
really
a bad
well.
game.
Yeah, it didn't do really well, and that's when they decided to.
That could have been like part of being like early on the 360 though. Like a lot of those games were pretty bad.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. Like it was PlayStation 2, and like I think Kojima had just left, and so
PlayStation 2. I thought it was on the 360. Maybe it was re-released.
Maybe it was re-released. I don't remember. Silent Hill 4, because I know it's on GOG right now. PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PlayStation 3. So maybe it was on the 360 as well. So it was on all three. But so yeah, I think he had left, or he was in the middle of leaving, or I don't think he had as much influence on 4 as he did 1 and 2. And I don't even know about 3. He may have been partly out of 3 at that point. But yeah, 4 was them trying to do something different, and then that's where they kind of like sold off the franchise a little bit and let a few other people take a stab at Silent Hill, and they did terrible at it. And yeah, so this is them trying to like reclaim and revive the series. We'll see. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I mean, good luck to him. Why not?
Sure. Good luck.
I have no skin in the game.
I mean, you don't really seem to like spooky games like that, so. And you didn't probably.
I like Dead Space.
Yeah, I guess Dead Space. Dead Space was something
I
else.
only like modern scary games.
Fear?
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
It's a good game.
Yeah. All right.
Fear. Fucking A. Fear. Goddamn.
Fear.
I wouldn't say that game is scary though. I would say it's
No,
creepy.
It's very creepy. A fucking creepy ass little girl. Anyway, next order of business.
She's a grown woman. Sometimes.
who likes to see herself as a
She's
small
either
child.
a little girl in a nightgown or a full-on naked old lady. All right.
Fair. Which would you rather see? I think which is more scary, a naked old
Don't make
lady?
me answer that because there's no good answer to would you rather see a little girl in a nightgown or a full-grown old lady in a nothing.
But which is more scarier, a little child in
Little
a
girls,
nightgown?
I think, are scarier.
Yeah. Kids are creepy.
Although there is something about like a naked person in blood that's pretty terrifying too.
That's true. It's a very Carrie moment. Okay, next. Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Let's do this.
So the Ocarina of Time has been held up as one of the best Zeldas ever possibly made, which you have never played, correct?
I have touched it on a 3DS. So. The controls were annoying, and I didn't want to do it anymore.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to play it on a 3DS either. That seems like fucking hell.
Yeah, I did see somebody post on Twitter that they reverse engineered it or something, and now there's like a new release that works on like ultra wide monitors and shit. So I was like, oh shit, maybe
There you go.
Could be time, probably not, but
it's never time. Anyway, so it's being nominated to put into the Video Game Hall of Fame. I forgot who won last year.
I didn't know he had that.
Yeah, we talked about it last year. I forgot who won.
Minecraft or something?
I don't think it was Minecraft, but it's currently going up against a few heavy hitters such as Candy Crush, Assassin's Creed, DDR.
Does Assassin's Creed just mean all Assassin's Creed?
No, I think it's the original because they also said Resident
Evil,
then, and that's the original.
Get it the hell out of here. Assassin's Creed 1 is a dog shit game. Sure. It's a first draft. But you know what you do with first drafts? Fucking throw them away. When you finally perfect it in the sequel called Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 2 is a perfect game. Quote me.
Quote you? All right.
Quote me.
All right.
Back of the box.
The real
Let's
port.
re-release it.
Let's re-release Assassin's Creed 2. According to Portz, best fucking Assassin's Creed fight, and he'll fight you for it. That's going to be the
Best
quote.
Assassin's Creed and a perfect video game.
Oh, perfect
That's
video
what I want
game.
on the back of the box.
Okay, perfect
Yes.
video game, real Portz. He says so himself.
It's not the best video game. There's Perfecter, which is Witcher 3, but it's good.
What's your perfect list then? We got Witcher 3, we got Assassin's Creed 2, what else?
You want me to go through it right now?
Yeah, right now.
Dragon Age Origins, Witcher
Okay.
3. I want to say KOTOR, but the combat kind of holds it back.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did I say? Witcher 3 and
Assassin's Creed
Dragon
2.
Age Origins. I think those are the only two, honestly.
You mean 3?
Those are Perfecter, and then the perfect game is Assassin's Creed. There's Shadow of Mordor
Uh-huh.
is probably up there.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Mass Effect, fuck.
Mass Effect. Yeah, you're just gonna rattle on for like 3 hours. Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you want to go and do it now? It's kind of a big process. Jesus, what a lot to put on my shoulders.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. Next time you'll be more prepared, right?
Yeah, I'm not good at improvising, so I need lots of preparation. Not a word I say on here is unscripted.
You have all your notes and all your jokes pre-written, just like I have the news
Yeah.
sort of pre-written. Not really anymore.
I have a Word document open. You know how many words it says?
What?
42,000. for
Holy
this episode.
shit!
Yeah.
You're so impressive. I don't know how many. How do I check the word checker here? There's 11.
Well, 11 words?
Yeah.
Feels like more than that.
There's so many words that I'm actually gonna skip the next thing because I don't want to talk about Nintendo because we kind of talked about it again. So we're gonna skip right into the good part.
Ooh.
You saw it.
Straight to
right?
desserts.
You saw.
No,
the
I didn't.
Teaser.
I didn't look.
You didn't see the teaser.
Oh, for what? What?
Witcher.
Witcher? Oh, the game? Yeah. The next Witcher? Yes, absolutely, I did. Yeah. I mean, I think it's too early
I think so
to
too.
be talking about Witcher, but sure, let people get excited. I don't know why you would, but sure.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna ask you about. Why do you think they
mean-
teased it so early?
They said there's never going to be Geralt again, right? I'm pretty sure they said that.
Right. They did say that. They said that they never want to bring back Geralt. However, he may make cameos.
I think that's a good direction. I would hate to see Witcher 8 and have Geralt still in it as the protagonist. That would be boring. So I am happy to move on. Look, it's like Star Wars, all right? You move away from the fucking Skywalkers and you have a real story on your hands, all right? You cling to this fucking stupid-ass nostalgia. What's the rule? We're going to call it Portz rule, where you can't fucking
Portz
have
Law.
what you had as a child as an adult. It doesn't work anymore. Move on.
The Portz Law. Name of the podcast.
Exactly. The Portz Law.
The Portz Law. Okay. How much faith do you have in CD Projekt Red after Cyberpunk disaster?
Like the same amount I had after the Cyberpunk disaster,
Fair.
which is not that much. But that being said, it's kind of a BioWare situation where I'm going to buy it no matter what, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Okay. Do you think it's gonna be a mess like every other game that they've been releasing? Like we
I
talked
think
about it. We talked about.
Every game, here,
Go ahead.
just take a,
I'll sit down.
every game, every fucking game from here on out is going to be a mess. All of them made by more than 10 people.
Okay.
Because every game has to be bigger and more and more and more, it seems like.
Right.
So until we turn away from that trend, all of them will be broken day 1 and probably through day 7 and maybe week 7. As long as we let these hype trains drive things, yeah, I don't see an end to it.
Yeah, I think that's been a big issue with like AAA titles now is like this is the new normal. Like we're going to have to expect like a buggy fucking mess from a game cuz like publishers are putting pressure on developers and it's just they always have to go bigger and better. That's the issue. This is probably why I started sticking to indie games cuz like one, I can be more forgiving, but two, it's not usually as much of a shit show.
Yeah, because there's not as much to break.
I can respect that.
I still like the spectacle, but who knows? Maybe someday I'll drift down to your level.
I'm just old and I don't have time to wait for this game to be fucking fixed situation. So
I definitely understand. Yeah.
So I think like
the old part. That's the part I understand.
Oh, that's the old part. Well, I mean, who was sick for a week and a half with the flu? It happens when you get older.
What does that have to do with being old?
When you get older, you fucking get sick harder.
What? No,
Yeah.
I've always had a problem getting sick.
Oh.
It always lingers for fucking ever. I like once a year, like clockwork. Except the last 2 years when I was wearing a mask, which is weird.
Amazing.
I've been sick for like 2 weeks. Yeah, this is just 3 months after it normally happens.
No, I'm just giving you shit. But yeah, okay. So, do you think CD Projekt Red is basically the new Bethesda, or is every game developer the new Bethesda?
No, I think that takes away too much from Bethesda. Bethesda's still Bethesda until they prove otherwise.
Do you think what's it called?
No,
is
they haven't been
show?
dethroned. Starfield? Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Least anticipated game of this year?
Fuck
yes.
off! Fuck off! I'm still excited for it. I think it's gonna be great.
No, I'm excited to see what it is, but we don't know yet.
They had some more stuff released from it, but it was kind of.
Yeah, what is it then? Describe it in detail.
It was Tom. Shit, my fucking.
Can I customize my character?
Yeah, you could customize your character. It was just fucking. Look.
Wait. Did you just say you can customize your character? Do you know that?
Yeah, they did talk about it a little bit and customize.
No, they did.
Yeah, they did.
When?
The Todd Howard, where he was like jerking himself off with the other two developers that came out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I guess I missed it.
It's the fucking most boring thing I've ever watched.
It
was
not
just them.
anticipated
It was
at all.
just them.
Oh, was it the PlayStation thing?
It wasn't the PlayStation thing. Maybe it was the PlayStation thing, but I don't know. They posted it on their fucking Twitter, and I watched it, and I was having a hard time watching it because, like, it was just them jerking themselves off really hard, and I'm like, God, what? Yeah, fucking, you just love the smell of your own farts now, don't you?
I would have thought you would love a video of Todd Howard jerking himself off.
It was too much. It was too much jerking himself off, you know? It was just
all right.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, CD Projekt Red.
I don't know.
So since you do know that there's never going to be a Geralt, what do you think? You think it's going to be Ciri that takes over the series? Because like there's the two endings. There's the two quote unquote good endings from The Witcher, right? There's the one where you see her dad, you visit her dad, and basically she takes back over the throne, right? And there's the other one where her and Geralt, spoilers also for like fucking million-year-old game.
5-year-old game.
Is it 5? It feels a lot longer than that. Anyway, so
was it? It feels like it was yesterday. That game was it's so good.
But yeah, so fucking
where they go off and like hunt together.
Yeah,
right?
He calls her Witcher.
Yeah,
he calls her Witcher, and like he's like, oh yeah, and then he gives her a sword. Swallow, I think, is the name of the sword. I don't remember. I just remember laughing my ass off. I'm like, of course you would give Ciri a fucking sword named Swallow. Anyway,
that's kind of problematic what you're saying there, but okay.
Yeah, because they have like that's the other one where they have the father bonding experience, and then she goes off to go be the empress or whatever and rule the kingdom and blah 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 blah. Yeah, the other one where she goes hunting. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Ciri, and I think Geralt is still gonna play a huge role. They can't just like.
I think CD Projekt should not make another game until they have another new card game idea to put in it and distract from all the problems in the game.
Yeah. You need more Gwent. to go fucking full-time ham on the Gwent.
If you've never played The Witcher and you hear people talk about The Witcher, you don't even know what kind of game it is other than there's a card game in it.
Other than there's a fucking card game. No, could you imagine how fucking bad idea that would be? Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. Portz,
I think what they should do is the next game, it should just be like a dating sim within the game where you're like, oh, you get to date around with all these. It's like the Colonel Sanders game, basically within a video game.
The Colonel Sanders dating simulator. You know, there's other dating simulators, right?
That's the one I know.
That's the only one you know. I thought
it's the only one I know. I half know the name of because I've heard of that person before.
Fair, okay. I talked about one like a couple weeks ago, Sucker for Love, which was the Cthulhu dating simulator one.
Okay.
Anyway.
See, that's fine too. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. You get to be Suri and you get to find new fucking Witcher boyfriends, and that's the magical adventure that you go on.
Or you can date the monsters.
Oh, this is gonna go down a whole weird direction of fucking.
You can date all three of the witches at once. It's a good time.
Oh god, those witches are so gross. Why?
In either form, though.
No!
They could switch back and forth during.
Oh god, you'd be like, babe, just keep the bag on. But I'm hot right now. No, just keep the bag on. I don't trust you. I don't trust you one bit. I don't trust you one fucking bit. Oh god, that'd be.
Keep the bag on. This podcast is in hell. Holy shit.
I'm a monster. I haven't been feeling good. I'm sorry. Is that a good excuse?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for validating my bad excuse.
It's a great excuse. I'm only saying that because I'm using the same excuse for almost everything in my life right now.
Hopefully I figure out what's going on next week. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the news. I cut it down a little bit, but we ragged about the beginner's guide, and that was the greatest thing ever, and I'm really happy you liked that game.
It was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
Hell yeah. I contemplated talking to you about it over Discord, but then I was like, no, live on the podcast. We got to do it.
And then I screamed like a fucking banshee. I screamed like the witch from The Witcher.
I'm pretty sure they're going to use that sound in the dating sim.
Yeah, that's how you know you successfully
completed coitus. Yeah.
Zero face. No. I hate everything. Anyway, since I haven't done this in a few weeks and Portz always like cuts us off, don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter at The Real Portz and at.
I have never cut anyone off in my life.
Oh, okay. Do you want to tell me that again?
I have never cut off anyone in my life.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Start saying what you were going to say, which you hadn't started yet. Just start saying what you were going to say about Twitch and Twitter.
Twitch and Twitter? Okay. Don't forget to follow us at The Real. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter at The Real Portz and Evil Space Buddy.
Now your laugh is the thing getting in the way.
Fuck! I know. I'm sorry. I'm failing so hard. Also, if you guys have anything that you want to send us, please do. I like it.
Anything. Heads of horses?
Maybe not that. But like, if you guys have any news articles or like have any questions, send them to us. I like that. It's nice. It's nice to discuss your guys'.
It's nice for you guys to do our volunteer job for us.
Yeah, please help me. I'm sick.
Good. Please do it. Yeah. Got him.
Got him. Good night, everyone.
Deuces.